Hello!
Are we live?
It's Monday!
Oh my goodness. Monday morning. Back to work. What am I going to do? Whatever you fun.
No! So come over if you've got 5 minutes. We are going to talk about something called the joy of business that massively transformed our lives. Do you wake up? I know you never did this. Do you wake up hating your job, being like, it's Monday?
Especially Mondays. Actually, it starts Sunday night, doesn't it? You get that like knot in your stomach. You start feeling, what is going to happen tomorrow? I go back. I've had a gorgeous weekend and now I'm going back to work, to my job. How can it get any better than that?
So, and then, came the joy of business.
What?
The joy of
Joy?
business.
Business?
Are you serious? Joy and business goes together.
In one sentence? No way.
So one of the things is that what we're given is these set of reference points, and we're given that business for you. Business for me, I had to be a certain persona to be business. I had to be serious. I had to be smart. What is it for you?
Do what you're told.
Do what you're told.
Stay in your box. Don't do any more than what you're meant to do. Do not step on anyone's toes.
Oh, no.
Don't engage in anyone's other area either.
So we have all these decisions of what business is, and what these decisions are is they actually solidify that as a reality in your life. And this is a pretty advanced concept, that everything is energy, and that when you've been told, hey Ross, when you've been told that business, you've decided that it's a certain way, guess what? That's what you create.
Absolutely.
And then came the joy of business. And the joy of business is actually, you know what? You can actually do what you love and you can generate money.
And create. For me, the big thing is creating in every moment. Because when you're creating, you just get away from that. Whether you're talking about strategy or money or anything, it is about creation.
Okay. Now that if you've been lost on that, come back and listen to the replay again. So what we are talking about is not going to bed on Sunday night dreading going to work on a Monday morning. I started working when I was like 14. How old were you?
Oh, I was about 20.
Okay. And so you're going to be working for, let's say, 60 years of your life. Okay. Yeah. Now, for what reason, if you have decided that work is difficult and work is hard, then guess what? That's going to be your reality. Good morning, Mark. So, good morning, Maureen. So, take a look at Joy of Business is a movement created by Simone Molasses based on the tools of access consciousness. Okay. Now, what has changed for you since coming in contact with the tools of Joy of Business? And your life is your business and your business is your life.
Yeah, you must be psychic. That's exactly it. The biggest change for me was when I realized that it's not something separate.
Yeah.
That's my life. And most of us spend more time at work, if you're doing a 9 to 5 even, we're spending more time there than we are anywhere else. So why would you ever be in a space that you wouldn't choose to just be absolutely choosing something that's fun for you?
Totally. So take a look at what you've decided work is, because most of us have been handed the point of view, the stick, pass on the relay, pass on
that,
pass on the point. Let's pass on the point of view that money is difficult, work is hard. You have to be serious to have work.
You have to work hard to earn money.
Yeah. So all of these are viewpoints, and what Joy Business does is it gets you to question.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah.
Is this actually true for you? That business is difficult, is hard. Is it true for you? So instead of looking at the points of views and the viewpoints or decisions that you made about how something is, instead of looking at the viewpoints that you were handed from your mom and your dad and your culture and your college and your training, you now begin to question. And when you begin to question, there's more information available. And then you will start to ask questions like, what do I love to do?
Yeah.
And for us, that's very, like, we adore Joy Business because what it respects is the difference that you be.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about that?
So the individuality, you as a person, you're able to choose so much more than what you believe you can choose. So you have so much available to you as a choice, and you don't recognize it because
Yeah.
it's just not even on your scope. So it's
Yeah.
not on your radar.
Yeah.
It's not on your scope. I literally have worked, or give my age away, but I've literally worked 25 years at least in corporates and in advertising agencies. And only last year did I get to, I can actually choose what it is I want to do. I don't have to follow what's expected of me, but I can choose. And I can actually every day know that I can choose to be happy with the choice I'm making for business.
Totally.
And business,
This
it's
is
not
huge.
separate. It's not different from me. I'm being business every day. It's so simple. But I guess it took me 25 years to get it. You get it when you get it. And the joy of business has unlocked that for me in such a huge way. Absolutely huge. It's not me, business, reality, different. It's just this one amazing space that you can actually be in and enjoy.
Totally. And I suppose the big thing that changed for me was I believed that I was stupid and I wasn't good enough to do business. And I had bought that business was this sense of something out here.
Yeah.
But actually what I got from the Joy of Business is most people do business from judgment about what's right and what's wrong. They don't do business from what future can we create? What can I add to Debi's life? How can we all be greater? And how can we all contribute to each other being greater and generate money and create a greater world?
Yeah.
So for me, the difference that I be with business is actually a different reality of questions. And we show up this is where we both work from.
Yeah.
And we show up every day and we talk to our business. We ask, hey, what ideas can we bring into fruition today? What can we actualize?
What can we add today? So when we're super busy, best thing, what can I add today? You know, what is it more that you can bring in that can add, that can create, that can just keep going with that space of choice?
And the big thing that we're continuously challenged on, well, for me, there's always more. There is always more people that are willing to be added to your business, that are willing to come and they have their talents and the Joy of Business really is about nurturing and caring for your talents and your abilities to grow in a moment-to-moment continuous basis where you become more, and in you becoming more, you can gift more to the business that you're in, the people in your life, and your life is your
you work with,
to the people that you work with,
to your future. Actually, to your future. That's what I've got so much of in the last few months. What am I creating every day for my future? When I wake up and I find a joy in business, it's just something quite different.
Yeah, and your life is your business. When you wake up in the morning, small Melissa's, we thank you for this. We love you. Your life is your business is your life. Everything in my life today will make it more ease, more playful, more growth, or it will make it less. So for me, in that space where you start to look at actually everything in my life, if I'm not happy with my partner, I haven't got one, but if I my business partner, then that will impact something else in my life.
Yeah.
If my body is sick, that will impact something else in my life. So it's where everything energetically impacts everything else. Now, if you're well in your body and you work with people that actually respect you, honor you, treat you the way you should be treated, and then you activate your creative capacities, this is where everything in your life will go boom. It will exponentialize and it will show up in ways
absolutely that you don't expect.
Totally.
That you can't plan it. Who would have thought 6 months ago when I chose to be working with my favorite facilitator and now we're living together, we're working together every day, and that literally came from choosing to look at a different level of joy and a level of what would be really fun for me.
Yeah. So check it. Oh, it's just phenomenal when you work with people that are willing for you to be greater and willing to support you in your greatness. So hi everyone. Check out The Joy of Business, one of my favorite books. It's under where I have my computer stacked, so I can't pick it up for you. It's right here. So Joy of Business, check out the book. And then if you would like to do classes in Joy of Business, there's facilitators all over the world. And we are really
beautiful classes.
Classes. And what we are here for is to create a different functioning foundation for business.
Absolutely.
A different functioning foundation for business, where business is done from growth, contribution, adding value to people's lives and giving more in value than they give you in cash. That's really, and nobody has to have a money problem.
I was going to say, and money is a big part of that. Money in these classes is just such a big part of creating that, because that's where we have so much that's been conditioned into us over the years. Absolutely.
And if you have a point of view you can't get paid for what you love, I had that point of view, that will stop you being paid for who you be.
Who you be, my favorite question.
Yeah. What would it take for me to get paid for being me?
Yeah.
So we have an Access Business and Money class coming up. We just get a little bit excited in the camp here when these classes are coming up. And it's 2 hours Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. If you are looking to let go of fear and scarcity as a reality with your job. I mean, Debi walked away from a job. She was working in corporate in advertising, and she was like, ugh. And is your life getting greater?
Oh my word, I can't, it's beyond words, really.
Yeah. So if you are looking to have more, to be more, now more than ever, if you're really looking at a life where it's actually worth living. For me, I didn't want to be here for a long time. Life wasn't that joyful energy that I knew it could be. And that was really the energy telling me that I was off track. So if you could wake up every day to a life worth living, for me, it's creation, baby. It's what can we start? What can we grow? What can we create? And then having that playfulness. And it's an evolution. This book it's a beautiful manual. And you can use the questions every morning, and they allow you to ask questions to access greater creation, so that you can actually have money, and that you can have business, and you can have the joy of living.
And the joy of you. It's exactly what it says.
Thanks for that.
Access, business, and money. That's what you're doing.
Access.
And because they're all part of you, you're accessing all of you.
Totally. And how much does your life work when you give up you and when you look to fit into someone else's reality? For me, I had points of views about what business is. And then I recognized that there were decisions that I made about what I had to become, as in who I had to become, that wasn't me, to do business, which isn't true. So ask yourself, what have I decided about business, and is that true? And is there something different available beyond that, like a different possibility, a different reality of what is true of business?
Yeah, what's true for me? That's the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we will leave you with that. Welcome to the wonderful, magical world of Joy of Business. It's a world that is steeped in continuous change, continuous question, continuous choice, continuous action.
Yes, absolutely.
Universe loves action, continuing putting things in place to bring more revenue into your life. What else?
And it's presence. It's moving away from all those things that just create the limitation and the blocks. It really is.
And Deb's actually said it. This is what I love about working with brilliant people. It's presence to know what you would like to have as your life, and what you desire to do as your job, as the expression of you and who you are, and what are your natural abilities.
And create that list. Sit down and make a list and know what it is that you, because we do, I didn't do that for a while. And you get what you ask for, really. So what are you asking for?
Oh, and can I just finish with this? You can. So last year I started working with a girl called Ida. I adore you.
Oh yeah.
And we wrote a list of what we would like to create with the business in 1 year. And yesterday I spoke to her, and she said, Rachel, I pulled out our list of everything we would like to create in a year. And guess what? Everything that on that list we brought to fruition. We actualized as a product, as a class. And this is where, ask this question, would your business be easier if you allowed magic to show up today? You know, would your business be easier? And ask for contribution, ask for people to contribute to you. So many people go to stress because they have the point of view that they're on their own. You're not on your own. You're really not on your own. There's a world of consciousness where people are willing to add to your life. And that might be a conversation that might change an upset that you have.
Yeah.
So in the business of consciousness, in the business of joy business, it's always about gifting and receiving. And look, it's just changed my life. Hey, Catherine, hey, Sally. Oh my goodness me. And if you know joy business and it has changed how you live, it has brought about a difference in your life, and please pop it on the chat. What if we didn't actually have to, work in a job that doesn't satisfy you, that doesn't allow you to be more? And what if nobody had to have a money problem? Joy business, access business and money.
Business is easy. It can be fun.
Stop now. Business, stop. You can't have business so easy. She's ridiculous.
No more fun. Right, we have to get back to work. Get back to work. Monday, back to work.
Okay, beautiful people. What adventures can show up for you today?
Have a glorious week. Glorious, glorious week of joy.
Bye for now.
Bye.